Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Card is Going to Change. That's right, AIW's very own podcast. And my name is Alex Worldwide Kellar, and I just want to tell you all about one of our great sponsors. That's right, Pollyanna DIY, PollyannaDIY.com, at Pollyanna DIY on Twitter, Instagram, and etc. And what Pollyanna DIY has to offer you, they have excellent original wrestling enamel pins, shirts, including the Extreme Roots 91 t-shirt. Checking my hair right now. I have some medium roots. Take care of that in a bit. That's right. They have it all. And wrestling promoters and wrestlers, if you're looking to get into the enamel pin game or t-shirts, Pollyanna DIY wants to hook it up. Now let's take it to the show. The reason you hit download, the card is going to change.
Hello once again, everybody. Thanks for listening to AIW's The Card is Going to Change. Before we get into this week's episode, as always, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors that help us bring the show to you for free each and every week. Firstly, thanks to Angelo's Pizza. They're feeding us here as they always do while we record, and they, of course, bring pizza to you at our live events at Mount Carmel. If you want to try more of their pizza or anything else on their menu, it's all delicious. Head to Angelo's on Madison Avenue in Lakewood, Ohio. And thanks to Smart Mark Video, they record all of our live events. And if you want to relive any of those or watch them for the first time, you can purchase that on DVD or digital download from smartmarkvideo.com. And additionally, head to powerbomb.tv, sign up using the code ABSOLUTE, and you will get a 20-day trial for free. And then stick around and just keep watching the shows that we put out there from the AIW archives. And as always, thanks to Jack Prince, who helps take care of all of our printing and graphic design needs. They can do all of that and more for you, whether it be banners, t-shirts, business cards, flyers, everything and anything. For all that they have to offer, head to jackprince.com.
JAKPrince.com.
All right. Well, that beautiful tandem that you just heard, none other than Philly and Marino.
Hello, hello.
The Philly Marino Experience. They are here along with Alex Worldwide Kellar.
Worldwide.
So we've got 3/4 of the Weird World Experience. Plus
Not the worldwide experience.
Yeah, I know.
Also, AIW owner John Thorne, as always, and I am your moderator of sorts, Steve Guy. On this episode, we're diving into a bit of a preview. Wrestlerager 3 is upon us. This is
Deathmatch Jamboree.
Is that official?
So much, no.
All right. I was gonna say, last year, Electric Boogaloo. Now this is kind of your thing worldwide.
Yeah, a little bit of my baby. And it worked out pretty well last year, and I'm hoping that it works out even better this year.
What about, let's see, I guess I'm right off the bat. Let's talk about Sabu before we even get into anything else. That's the biggest thing to preview.
Yes, sir.
It's a very big old thing. I know AIW has been wanting old Sabuski for a minute now.
I mean, we had him once before,
but
it was a thing.
Well, this might be a better thing because we get a genie this time, and hopefully she has a calming
That's
influence
true.
on the man.
Actually, I think it might be a worse thing because Sabu used to live real close, and he doesn't anymore.
That is true. But, I mean, Vegas flights.
Times 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
I mean, after we had such a great time with this last year, and the Sandman, people serenading him to his own theme song, guys hanging out of windows eating Chinese food, whatever other chance
The dumpster
came from
kids.
that. The dumpster kids,
The shed people.
the shed kids.
Didn't Grandma sing like Chug a Beer from the Sandman or something?
Yeah, Nana Singh chugged a beer. You guys played with a blow-up doll. The blow-up doll was in your corner, I think,
was her
during the
name?
match, right?
Sally.
Sally.
That was Sally. Part of the experience.
It's my girl.
It's my girl.
Hey.
I'm sorry, Marino. That's my girl.
Oh, dissension in the team over there.
Calm it down, guys. We
Yeah,
can get a few more from the store.
Oh, we'll share. We'll share.
Yeah, listen, we can find another one. It's not a big deal. So, John, how quick after that ended were you thinking, we got to do this again?
I don't know.
Or were you still nervous, like, maybe this is a one-off?
I mean, at first I was like, yeah, let's do it. But then I was like, yeah, maybe this was a one-off. Like, it was fun, but it's like...
Like, did we catch lightning in a bottle here?
But
Yeah,
then the feedback that you got from the fans.
Well, the feedback, yeah, but I mean, I'm always worried. It's like, is it going to live up to the hype? You know what I mean? Like, what are the chances of all those weird things coming together once again?
I think as long as weather holds up, we should be fine and dandy. And we've been checking that Farmer's Almanac like every day.
Well, there we go with my number one concern. My number one nervous thing for the last... How long ago did we officially announce this?
I want to say,
Maybe like a month ago?
I think I got it proper booked like towards the end of May.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's been
Two months, I guess.
nerve-wracking for me.
Though, I don't know, there was a miscommunication with Natlat's class because there was some hype by Thorne online that I had something real wild cooking for the post-event shenanigans.
And what was that?
We were going to have some rock concerts going on.
It was going to be an all-day and all-night rager.
Yes, but
Before this whole Sabu thing comes together, we decide we're going to make it like a festival. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and we're working out all these logistics, and we're talking to bands. We're going to book bands, and so before we even book Sabu, we're going, okay, well, we're going to have all these other different forms of income and revenue because we're going to have a concert afterwards in which they're going to draw in a fan base, and they're going to come in with the wrestling fan base.
Right.
So we were looking at all these different angles to grow Wrestlerager into like a gigantic, well, I guess not gigantic, but a much larger scale than it was last year.
Yeah.
With
an event of a day and an evening.
Yeah.
like an all day. It was going to be like an all day like rock in wrestling festival.
But unfortunately, got some wires crossed with Now That's Class. They had the afternoon open. But apparently when I was like, oh, do we have the night too? He initially said, yeah, via text. But then he didn't understand that. And then this Nigerian DJ I just see pop up on the 25th on the evening of. And it is pretty auspicious because apparently he only has 4 dates in America, New York, L.A., and Chicago, and Cleveland of all places. So, good for him. But I'm not sure if the Nigerian DJ and the wrestling crowd are like, we're all pretty woke, but I'm not sure if we're on that level.
How much do you believe in this Nigerian DJ? Is it like the email, like he's a prince or something, and there's a lot of money coming this way?
You're taking this in a weird place,
I
Steve.
think that's
guy.
a hoax.
He's
all got
I mean,
that chain email.
they're expecting a substantial amount of people for that, and I think our wrestling crowd. So we're like, oh, let's just take it to the Fun House afterwards, our usual after party spot, official after party spot.
And we were still going to try to do the rock and roll bands.
Yeah, the bands. And but then Fun House, ever since they rebranded as Fun House, initially they were like, we're never going to do bands at all. And then, much to my dismay, some Saturday nights I'll go up there for a nice quiet evening at the Fun House, and
There's bands in there.
There's bands playing, and we're like, oh, geez, this is loud. But so we tried to reach out to the Fun House about just having 1 or 2 bands at the after party, and they're like, oh, we can't control the wrestling crowd and the band crowd at the same time. I think they're just afraid of the Basement Boys. We have never played there before, so that is a deal.
And I just want to point out, I don't think anyone has said rock and roll in quite some time, and we've just said it about 20 times in the last 5 minutes.
Rock and or
We
roll.
said rock and roll. We said rock and wrestling. It's
I was going for that 80s boom, man. Rock and wrestling.
It's a pretty
what was
hefty
the,
combination.
What was the movie with it's Roddy Piper, and it's like
Body Slam.
Body Slam. Yeah, there
They
you go.
live.
Yeah,
And
the
George
poster for that
Hamilton. George Hamilton's in that. You gotta like that tan, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So needless to say, the rock part of the Wrestlerager has fallen through. But that was the initial plan heading into this thing when Worldwide softened me up to start discussing getting this thing together. Because it is a hard sell, you know what I mean, coming out of Absolution into this show that's outdoors, and there's a lot of factors that could happen, you know what I mean. And last year it was only $15, and it was it was a success in the sense that people had fun, but it wasn't a success in the fact that like I still had to pay people, you know what I mean. And so I had to give Worldwide an old business lesson. We had to talk some business about making this happen logistically and yet affordably for the fan base.
Well, so let's get into this. Let's get to the heart of the matter here, John Thorne. Last year we did well. There was a lot of localized wrestlers. We limited the amount of matches that we had on the card, and people still loved it because of the environment. And then this year we want to step the game up and
Got an extra hour on there.
add an extra hour. And what's this one going to cost you compared to last year?
Far too much. Far too much because everybody is based on the I guess urban legends of last year. Every wrestler on Earth is trying to get onto the Wrestlerager card this year.
I did see Filthy Tom reaching out on Twitter the other day.
Filthy Tom's not going to make it this year. I mean, I had to put my foot down somewhere.
Well, you didn't for Swoggle.
No, I did not for Swoggle. I didn't for Gringo Loco. I didn't for several people.
PCO?
Wait, Gringo now?
You heard it.
I just made the freaking shirt today. I didn't know if Gringo was on there. God
I sent you the card, man.
Should have checked for rescheduling, bro.
the shirt is going to change. No, I already made that was like 2 hours at Staples. I'm not doing that again.
You just
Gringo's
gotta,
gonna
you
be
just
so
gotta.
mad he's the only one not on there.
I think I missed Duke too. Whoops.
Man, who cares?
Who did you miss?
Well, that's
The
okay.
Duke?
The Duke.
You didn't put him on the T-shirt?
I'm not going to miss him come August 25th, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Are
Damn
you really
right.
upset that you didn't put him on the T-shirt, or was that intentional, Worldwide?
Well, you're printing out all these photos of the wrestlers, and you're cutting them out, and you're gluing them to a piece of paper, and then resizing them and recutting them, and everyone's looking at you at the Staples like you're a psycho because you just don't have a printer and a scanner at home, and dropping way too much money for not owning a printer and scanner at home. Then again, I only do this like once a year, so there is that. But yeah, Duke got lost in the shuffle. What can I say? But
Did you already submit the design to the printer?
oh yes,
Oh man.
Larry at Lotus Printing will be once again sponsoring the event. So come correct, people. We will have event shirts for sale.
Yeah, as discussed last week, we had a little difficulty with event shirts back in the day with those Absolution shirts. So
Yeah,
get these Wrestlerages while you can.
that's right. I mean,
But back to what it's going to
Yeah.
cost me. So this all goes into the. I guess Worldwide failed to explain that this band thing did not come off the table until like a couple days ago.
yeah, like last week.
We were all still under the impression we were going to have that additional revenue coming in. We had, I won't say what bands we had lined up, besides the Basement Boys, of course, as Worldwide had already
Of course.
spoiled. But we had some other bands that were going. It was anticipated that they were going to draw in a additional fan base. So my thought was there'll be a lot more money to go around this year. So okay, Swoggle, yeah, let's get Swoggle in there. We're gonna have the room all night. I figure maybe we'll wheel him out there when he's drunk and he can embarrass himself. And that's not going to happen now.
But one thing that we don't have to work against this year that we did have to work
Is
against
the Conor
last year.
McGregor fight?
Yeah, is the McGregor Mayweather fight.
Yeah, I don't think that there's any big blockbuster worldwide, no pun intended, worldwide events going on besides
The Wrestlerager 3.
Wrestlerager 3, which is not a deathmatch jamboree.
Maybe my match, but
Maybe your match, which is also their match.
Yes, sir.
PME. You guys, look at you guys riding together again, all sharing a couch together, and still enough room on that couch for Weird Body if he was here.
We miss Weird Body.
It's amazing what hating the Duke can do in bringing people together again.
all these disparate forces.
I hate the Duke
You
as
guys,
well.
you guys have some revenge to enact here.
Well, yeah, the son of a bitch kind of hit me over the head with a guitar. Not very hard, if we're all being honest here, but it was hard enough to knock me pretty silly, and then Twan laid on top of me in 1, 2, 3. It was a very sad deal.
Twan beat you?
Yeah, I told Johnny today on the Twitter.
Whoa.
I was like, hey, Johnny, just so you know, Twan got the W at Absolution.
I don't think Twan even understands what he is in for.
Yeah, it's fans bring the weapons because you have to even the odds. There's only 4 of us. There's 5 of them in Duke Money Inc. And
So the fans are your fifth man.
the fans are the fifth
Fans
man.
of the fifth man this Saturday.
We reached out to some other fifth men, but
They were unavailable.
very unavailable.
You gotta get a fifth guy. What do you think, PME?
It's the fans.
Yeah, we need a 5th guy.
Just the fans? It's the fans and the good vibes.
And the good times. Can't
Is that
forget
is that enough for your fifth man?
No. I think we might need somebody else.
Oh,
You're not gonna
staring
get
at
him.
somebody right now.
You're not gonna get him.
Steve Guy, we need a fifth man.
Yes,
Come on,
Steve
bro.
Guy. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Oh, I.
Put the tights on. Let's go.
No, I'm thinking sleeveless. Like a nice little leisure suit. Sleeveless leisure suit.
Sleeveless sports coat?
leisure shoot.
Yeah.
Suit?
Maybe rip off the arms.
Yeah.
Make it sleeveless.
Oh, yeah. Gotta be hardcore
I don't know. It's
like
probably
that.
going to be a rental, so maybe don't rip off the arms and try not to get too much blood on it.
Why? You have a trained wrestler in this room. You don't want me.
Barely.
All I've ever done is a couple rolls, brother.
He's trained enough to whoop the Duke, but I don't know.
We need the
Someone-
passion.
It's not gonna happen.
You staying
We
retired?
we need that passion.
I am very retired.
He needs that passion, says Philly.
You could give it. Hopefully, somebody brings you one of those blow-up dolls again.
I hope so.
You get all the passion you need.
Yeah.
Maybe a real doll.
That's even better.
Back in the day, very hard sidetrack. You know how like Cribs was like on the TV and stuff, late '90s, early 2000s.
MTV Cribs.
MTV, yeah.
Yeah. I always thought it would be like the most baller. In hindsight, it would be a very creepy and terrible move, and I wouldn't do it in 2018. But in 1998, I was like, man, if I was super rich, I'd get a real doll made of Francine, made to look like Francine, and I just have it in. I'd have it on my Cribs
Good thing we
and be
didn't
like,
have Cribs.
Francine, what's up? But that's a weird aside.
They had real dolls in 1998.
Oh yeah, you weren't watching Real Sex on HBO?
No.
No. I didn't get that. I had like CBS.
I was watching.
Taxi cab confession.
I was watching Scrambled Spice Channel. People don't know about the scrambled channels back
Oh,
then.
yeah, I know about scrambled channels.
Yeah, because people have Google and smartphones now.
Yeah, fucking technology. These kids got it so easy these days.
I can't believe you guys just let him off so easily. The passion of the weird world experience.
Passion isn't there, man.
He needs to feel the good times and good vibes. Ain't that right, Marino?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm trying.
Who knows? Maybe when the chips are down, the gunslinger will throw them back on one more time.
Chips are staying down.
And one more ride into the sunset dreams.
I could do some chips right now. I am kind of hungry.
Oh, sorry,
not-
I didn't grab snacks today.
It's not happening. Much to Worldwide's various text messages throughout the last month or so. It's not gonna happen.
Those health issues really did you in, huh?
I'm just I'm like a hypochondriac now. I'm not just terrified I'm gonna wind up back in the
I
hospital.
mean, it's not 1-on-1; it's 5-on-5. You'd have a whole team
5 more
with you.
opportunities for somebody to hurt me.
You can have Big Twan.
Well, that's true. You could get that. That big Twan splash.
I've seen Big Twan wrestle. I ain't trying to get in there.
What's Kaplan doing?
Yeah. Kaplan.
Now that's your fifth man.
There you
I
go.
gotta get Kaplan
That's a
on the
fifth
horn.
man
We're gonna
I've
see if
ever
we
heard of
can.
one.
I'll see if I can move some money around. We'll budget in a fly-in for Kaplan.
Wrestlerager meets Jizz Fest.
I mean, he is the inaugural Mr. Now That's Class 40-ounce champion. So,
Yeah, does anyone know that story?
what of Kaplan winning the 40 chugging contest?
I don't know if we ever discussed that. Like, and how quickly he did it.
Yeah, because the contest was 2 40s, and you had to drink them all. and then I think you had to hold him in for. Well, no, you just had to hold him in for I think 10 minutes or 5 minutes after you drank them all. But yeah, Kaplan stepped up. Everyone thought, I'm hoping to get 6 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. He did 240 ounces in 78 seconds, which is faster for those of you mathematicians out there, which is faster than 1 ounce a second. Such is the power of the Kaplan.
I remember. It's funny that you say this because this is one of the defining factors on why I never wanted to host an event at Now That's Class, because the following year Worldwide invited me up to witness this contest, and I wanted to see Kaplan in action.
But they had
they disqualified him because he won. It's such
Because he was so good.
he just dominated.
He was a ringer.
So
He coached me.
I go up there and I'm watching this contest in which Worldwide is participating in, and it is just people puking all over the floor, every which direction. And I said, "What the fuck is going on in here?"
It was mostly beer. It wasn't like there was food involved.
Wasn't there a jacket that you win or something?
Yeah. Kaplan won a really nice satin jacket.
It said "Man of the Year, 40-ounce chug champion" or something.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But we've gotten on such a weird sidetrack here. Back to
That's one of the many amazing events that happens at Now That's Class. One contest I have won there. There was an organic noise competition where there's noise music, and then everyone had to come correct and make noise using only themselves. And I put my pro wrestling training to good use, and on that very short stage, I just took about 8 back bumps in a row. And just sold getting up each time. But yeah, 8 back bumps in a row. That got me through to the finals. And then the finals, I think I did another 4 or 6 back bumps on that very hard stage. And then I did not 1 but 2 flip bumps on the floor. So I know how that place feels, and I'm ready to go all over the place.
So dangerous about Now That's Class. You have Worldwide, and then we're there last year. Now you're putting these two teams together. Philly slamming Mad Dog 2020s last year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Orange Jubilee is my girl.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for this date all over again.
I see. Last year, this is another thing that going back to my health issues. Last year, I'm all in on all of it. You know what I mean? After the fact.
Right.
Then I go to the hospital, and now I'm just I don't know if I can have the same amount of fun as I did. I'm gun shy. You know what I mean? I'm gun shy. I've done some drinking, but not to the extent of that day.
Well, while the sun's out, just hit some Bud Lights, and then once the sun goes down, then you can move on to your vodka sodas. I think that's the move.
I don't know. All I know is last year that I hit some girl was making me hit her as hard as I could with nunchucks. I don't know if this could be topped.
What?
Oh yeah, that was at the after party.
You were there. Papa Pepperoni was there.
Oh yeah, of course. Papa Pepperoni was there.
We had the Mayweather and McGregor fight happening. Meanwhile, we had this girl asking you, I should say. I mean,
disclaimer for all you fucking weirdos out there.
Yeah, Thorne wasn't just whipping this girl. She was asking. She handed you the nunchucks and was like, hit me as hard as you can. I'm like, oh, this is weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wrestlerager brings out the fucking weirdos. So I guess let's just get into more of what's the plan for the day.
Marino's going to get wild. That's the plan.
Marino's going to get wild.
Marino's going to get wild?
Sometimes you just got to let go, and Wrestlerager's a place to do it.
This is going to be a weird concept if Marino gets wild. Usually his dancing and his moves do the talking. How vocal is Marino going to be?
More vocal than you've ever heard me.
There it is. I never heard a better wrestling promo in my life.
A few syllables by Marino Tenaglia.
You got tricks up your sleeve hosting this thing worldwide?
I don't know. It's definitely going to be a distance game. I feel like we're probably going to be in the second half of the card. I have a vibe, and
you're the main event, brother.
Oh well, son of a bitch. That's really cool. And then also, right there putting me at an advantage for the after partying because I won't have been partying as long. Like if you're in the second match on a show, then you're drinking during the third match of the show, and on and on and on. If I'm in the main event, I might have 1 beer before the match, 1.5 beers before the match, just wet my whistle.
I'm gonna flip that mentality on you though. You got a lot to follow on this show.
Yeah.
This is true.
Are you? I mean,
I'm wearing my camo pants, brother. I'm ready to do
No
some
pants.
terrible things.
PCO with Destro versus Matthew Justice versus Sabu with the Genie.
Let's touch back real quick, going back to the musical acts. When we thought that we were going to have Now That's Class all day,
Okay, a spoiler alert. Yes, go ahead.
I had the concept of 9 lifetimes. I was going to have my one friend who's a noise musician use all these Destro and PCO deals, and I was going to have him form a musical act with Destro the day of the show called Destro's Midnight Riders. And that shit was going to be next level. Like, this concept, I know fucking somebody somewhere is going to steal it now. But you know what? We'll all know who the fucking brain genius was behind it, and it's me.
All right.
It's something that maybe our friends at Flannel Graph Records could put out.
Maybe. I mean, they are the official record company of Absolute Intense Wrestling now.
Yes.
I know that there's some record contracts being discussed.
Yeah, potentially it might be some shoot interviews coming straight to audio cassette tape. And it wasn't even my idea. What's up, everybody? Alex Worldwide Keller here to tell you all about it. Thrift Store Jobber, Instagram, Etsy, eBay, etc. And we would be remiss, that's right, remiss, if we did not mention thriftstoreJobber.bigcartel.com. And he's got a doozy of an item for you this month. The year was 1988. The youth crew was running wild. Youth of today, Judge, etc. And George H.W. Bush was beating the pants out of something Dukakis. Who remembers the losers? Anyway, Saturday night's main event, they were running wild on NBC, and this is what this item is about this week. It is a hat. Saturday night's main event, mesh hat, one size fits all. Find out all about it at Thrift Store Jobber, Instagram, Etsy, eBay, and etc. And don't forget to use promo code WORLDWIDE on thriftstoreJobber.bigcartel.com. Do it.
What about Dr. Dan?
Well, hold on. Let's get just like we're like.
Oh yeah, we got we Justice versus PCO.
We got to break this down.
All right, we'll give it
Versus
its
Sabu.
due. We'll give it its due.
This whole thing just comes together so sporadically, and it just so happens that I'm caught at the right times for this entire show to come together. And now that I look at it on paper, I am very disappointed in my lack of judgment. It's going to be a wild show, but I'm always a little worried about the financing. But so PCO just happens to be in the area, as well as Destro. So, I was able to get them. I thought that would be, a wild addition to Wrestlerager, Destro.
Oh, absolutely.
And then I know that we tried some other people. I can't remember, but we somehow land on Sabu.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, as always, I was reaching out for one brother Jerome Young, aka New Jack. But no, we can't have New Jack at Now That's Class. We can't have New Jack.
I'm just not. I've experienced New Jack a lot in my life, and I just don't know if I'm ready to experience it again.
I'm ready to roll those dice, but
I know you are.
Who else did we talk about for this?
I don't know. I mean,
I
we
think
talked
maybe
about-
did we bring up Dreamer or
maybe
I think Dreamer got brought up.
it always comes back to the
Raven got brought up.
ECW type guys on for this show because it's just a different vibe. And when you put a guy like an ECW like hardcore legend, it just automatically is giving off a different vibe than this isn't going to be a Mount Carmel show. This isn't even going to be a Tequila Jack show. It's going to be something totally different. So I start negotiating with Sabu, and he's not available. Then he's available.
There's
then he wants
Japan trip or something.
Yeah, he was going to Japan. Then he's not going to Japan.
Some promoter.
Then he's going to Canada. Then he dropped some words on that promoter. I'm sure you can figure out what words he uses if you look at his Twitter.
Lawyer.
And then he wants a deposit, which I'm not too keen on giving Sabu a deposit, but I do it anyway, just to get him locked down or whatever.
And so you don't get called mean words.
Yeah, I didn't want to get called a mean word. But then, then you gotta, and the whole. I think that he's in Michigan still, and then he's like, and the Super Genie too, and he's like, we're based in Vegas now, and I'm like, oh fuck, I just signed up for 2 flights.
You're thinking they're driving down.
Well, yeah, because the last time we booked Sabu at like Absolution 6, he rolled in with the dirtiest crew of people of all time. Like a whole carload of people.
Excellent.
And he just said, hey, brother, where's the closest pharmacy? And so that was what we were signed up for that day. And we haven't talked to Sabu since. So it should be an interesting situation. But I booked Sabu and I booked PCO. And, I was thinking about spreading them out or whatever throughout the card.
Right.
And then, I don't know, it just... Cause I just am looking at all the names that are booked initially, and then I just kept going back to that 3-way, and it just I don't know, it just stuck out to me. Because I mean, I don't know what Sabu's condition is now. I know that he got a new hip and he's back to moving around like a little bit like the old days, but I don't know what to expect. But I figure PCO will kill himself, Matthew Justice will kill himself, and
Sabu can hang out.
Sabu will be there to do stuff, to do the killing.
Sabu was also pitched as a 5th man.
Yeah. I don't know if Big Twan was ready for Sabu though. That was my thought process.
I don't know if the Weird World Experience is ready for Sabu.
Oh, they're ready for Sabu.
We're ready.
They got a lot more in common than you would think.
Yeah, that's true.
Weird Body was every inch of him was ready for Sabu. And Super Genie. Put some respect on her name. Super Genie.
Genie.
If you see an 8x10 of hers hanging up in my house and you confuse her for Sable, Weird Body will kick you out of my house.
Do you have an 8x10 of the Super Genie in your house?
Yes, there are several.
Several Super Genie 8x10s in your house?
That's Weird Body's contribution to interior design.
The only 8x10s I have are Ricky Steamboat, Scott Steiner.
Are they signed 8x10s or are they just decoration?
These are signed Sabu and Super Genie 8x10s.
And
these are Weird Body's personal possessions?
Yes.
And what's the story? Somebody said it wasn't her?
Somebody confused her for Sable. And Weird Body had less than 10 hours of sleep. And he just flipped out and was like, you get the fuck out of here. Put some fucking respect on her name. That's fucking Super Genie.
I didn't know that we had such a Super Genie fan on the roster.
Yep.
yeah, who knew?
Well, I feel like Matthew Justice needs a weird manager for this because we'll have Destro running around. Oh, Destro did this is something that I have to figure out, and this may be so easy to figure out, but Destro did ask for a car battery, like a live car battery hooked up to jumper cables that are functioning. So we need to have some sort of portable car battery with jumper cables ready to go.
I'm sure we know a guy.
Yeah, if you're listening to this,
if
and
anybody's
you can make that happen.
If anybody's a doctor of cars, let us know.
If only we had one of those on the roster.
I'm sure it'll only cost $123.
Oh God.
I want to give them their due. On my refrigerator, though, is an 8x10 of one Philly Collins and an 8x10 of one Marino Tenaglia.
Hey, hot dog.
Got any words to say on that one, Marino?
Nah, nothing there.
He's
Thank you.
He's blushing.
His body language right now, though, is out of control, ladies.
That's
and
right,
gentlemen.
exactly.
It's all over the place.
He's glowing.
And then, so let's get back to some more of this.
Yeah, so how does Swaggle play into this?
Oh, yeah, we also have a Goyles match on the show.
We'll get to
We'll
that.
get there.
Swaggle, Swaggle's always asking for the calendar, you know what I mean? Like the dates. And I sent him all the AIW dates, and he, I think, just was like, yeah, okay, cool, I can do that one. And then I forgot. And then he's like, what am I doing on the 25th? And I'm like, oh, shit, I forgot. And then he kept reminding me and I didn't want to cancel him. So
here he is.
yeah, he just so happened to get the whole calendar. You know what I mean? And he's like, lets me know what he can do and what he can't do and stuff like that. And then he's like, oh, I'm doing that one, that outdoor bar one. I'm doing that one. I was like, oh fuck. Because I was trying to keep it cheap, you know what I mean? And he's got an expensive flight. And then initially Destro and PCO needed flights, but that has changed since. Swoggle. But going back to the, when we thought that we were going to have these bands and stuff, I thought, well, we're going to have, there's going to be hopefully a lot more people here. So, it's going to even out, but, we'll see. But it's going to be Swoggle versus Dr. Dan. And, they're finally going to get that big singles match from their old alliance, their old allegiance.
Yeah, it's about time.
Telling stories, making movies.
We also have, I think this is worth mentioning, we have the Wrestlerager crowd, and they are going to be mixed with Barkley Nation. What about that?
Well, there's at least a few more tickets sold right there.
Is Barkley Nation going to be ready for Now That's Class, and is Now That's Class going to be ready for Barkley Nation?
I think Wes Barkley has been around Class a time or two and even brought some of the Barkley Nation with him, and I think they'll appreciate the beverages. I am working on potentially some special beverages for the day, though all of our beers will be serviced by Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah, we are officially sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon yet again this year.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, PBR.
It's wonderful. PBR's a
PDR,
great
Copal
drink.
45, Black Label beer, old style.
I think this is going to be a different experience for the Barkley Nation.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be more their scene. This is going to be more. Shows more a house party than a wrestling event.
Sure.
To where this is going to be more their vibe, I feel, and there's going to be lots of alcohol around, a full bar,
Standing room only.
and it's set up like as a matter of fact, there was a small possibility that Wes Barkley was going to make his way on Absolution with there were some cancellations and things that a lot of people don't know about that happened, but there were some other people booked that had to pull off and things like that. And he said, he actually said, keep me off this one because I think that as far as the infomercial of AIW is to his people,
Right.
He thought Wrestlerager would be a much easier sell to get them, on board.
And if ever there was going to be a foil for the Barkley Nation in terms of someone for Wes Barkley to have a match against, boy, did you pick it.
Well, initially I did not pick it.
Right.
It was initially it was going to be Wes Barkley and Tim Donst. However,
He's already had his own run-in with Barkley Nation.
However, Mr. Donst has received an opportunity with a larger promotion, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. And just like, he was yelling at Joey Janela about Tim Donst wins the Intense belt, and he canceled for another booking. His first booking as champion. So it's kind of funny how that worked out.
Is the title cursed at this point, or are we going to talk about that?
No, we're not going to talk about it.
No.
I was going to say, because maybe I could take it down to New Orleans, see about getting some voodoo done on it.
I mean, every title in AIW is cursed.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
I don't think it's cursed. It had a hell of a match at Absolution.
But yeah, I mean,
That's fine, because I don't need to go back down to New Orleans. That would be real bad.
me either. That's why I'm not going to be your fifth man.
All right.
The fact that you even considered that, I'm even further against whatever you fucking wanted me to do.
So instead we get Eddie Kingston.
Yeah. So, and yet again, this is another aeroplane flight added to the event. But when I'm breaking down the combustible situation that could possibly happen, and I'm very aware that there is a contingent of AIW fans that hate Wes Barkley simply for the fact of the Barkley Nation. I felt what a better way to appease those fans that hate Wes Barkley than make Wes Barkley versus Eddie Kingston because that's kind of the best of both worlds. They're obviously going to get to see the spectacle of Eddie Kingston wrestling Wes Barkley, and then we're also going to get this the financial boost of the Barkley Nation coming to support Wes Barkley.
And at the end of the show last year, like when it was all said and done, I was like, this show couldn't have been any better unless Kaplan was here or Eddie was here. So now we got Eddie.
I mean, you might have Kaplan.
You never know where Kaplan's going to
Fingers
show up.
crossed.
Yeah, if you could just get a hold of him. I don't know where he is.
Just one more flight.
He's working the road somewhere, but it's in a different manner than usual.
He comes from parts unknown.
Kaplan.
We also are going to give Now That's Class Wrestlerager their first female wrestling match.
Yeah, that was next on my list. So we didn't have one last year, and people have been clamoring and asking us for. Look, if you want to know where the AIW female division has been, just go ahead and put on the network that you pay for $9.99 because they're all there.
Most of them.
Or on
Give
the
or take,
USA
yeah.
Network, So that's where they are. But we are going to have Britt Baker and Alley Cat.
Yeah, and this was, this is actually where I had to tell some guys, like, hey, I can't get you on this show. Because, like I said, so many guys have asked to get on. Because, the bar kind of wanted, some female representation on this event. Worldwide as well has been pushing for it, just based on his,
Interactions with people while flyering and such.
Yeah. So it just so happens, here's another thing as to, everyone's probably like, oh, you guys can bring back the women's championship. Britt Baker, put it on Britt Baker. Britt Baker moved to Florida.
Yeah.
So I don't think too many people know that. She moved to Florida, so she's also gone out of the area. So it just so happened that she's going to be home that weekend. So her and I talked and booked her and found her an opponent in Alley Cat, in which Alley Cat had an impressive debut in June.
Yes,
and I think
and met her on the lake. Yeah.
and I think she kind of fits the Wrestlerager aesthetic.
I'd
I
say
would
so.
say so.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Because anytime I'm dealing with people flying or just discussing AIW shows and such, it could be the most wokest of non-fan to the most sweatpants wearing basement dweller. They all have the same question. Are there any girls matches on the show? And it's just something that I feel we have not been on. But then again, yeah, it's slim pickings right now.
Yeah,
It's
we
hard,
discussed
man.
it at length on here. We had a
Yeah.
Q&A and we talked about it. It is what it is, unfortunately, but we're trying to make it work. And we're doing it for WrestleRager.
I think Marino's going to talk.
I know. Sorry, Marino. Go ahead.
I
buddy.
was going to say, with most of the division leaving and everything, don't you guys you'd want it to build up still? You can't just...
Right, and we can't just build with two people, which is kind of where...
One of these
we've
days
been.
we'll have Laurel.
One of these days, we'll see.
Also on the card, we have a four-way with Zach Thomas, Derek Director, PB Smooth, and Joshua Bishop.
Oh, the production.
Yeah, that's just four big old boys getting in there, and they're gonna hit each other hard. That's honestly
that is.
that's honestly the whole thought process behind that. I know last year we did the Haas division match. I don't think Duke will be defending the boot this year, but
No.
I
I don't think he's defending that boot day to day. That thing, a lot of that gold is chipped off.
he actually had it refinished for Absolution, and then forgot to bring it.
Yep. He had it specially done. Every single one of his jackets has a little thing inside it says, custom tailored for Duke Short.
Really?
Yeah. Every time he gives it to me, hold on to this, Steve Guy. I just look. I'm like, there it is, right inside.
What did that cost him? $7,000?
Just for that little patch, probably. Yeah.
Wow. some other matches that are to be announced.
With the tag titles.
The tag titles. The production will be taking on the boys from Jollyville. They could be the Jollyville Fuckets here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no censorship for venues for this.
Be a lot of rough language.
We should mention, if you attend this event, you're welcome to tag the location.
Welcome to Tag the Location.
Please do.
Welcome to Tag PBR. Welcome to Tag AIW. Welcome to take photos. Please do, because I think now this class had very low expectations of us last year, and this year they seem to be a lot more welcoming.
They definitely have like more of their A bar staff available, and this thing is going to be a banger.
Well, see, now that's where I think you guys have an advantage. Is the Duke is punched in as he was on one member of the bar staff.
I think Virtual Pros snapped that pick last year. The Duke just punched in at the bar.
You guys could still go 4-on-4.
So this is true.
Yeah,
Duke might be distracted.
You just got to get a hot bartender out there.
Yeah.
You might just see a really tall lady walk into the Hawk next door and just go following her.
Maybe.
You never know.
Maybe. But yeah, I feel like they're a lot more welcoming. But I just remembered why it took so long for this thing to get settled.
We're gonna get into this.
And that was there was a ban going on. Worldwide was banned from Now That's Class for quite some time.
I was on like a 3 or 4 week timeout. So yeah, I was on a timeout, a little bit of an economic exile, if you would. You see,
I don't think it had anything to do with economics, brother.
oh, it had something to do with economics because in the month of May,
because he couldn't. It had something to do with economics because he couldn't afford the
price of re-entry.
Yeah, the price of re-entry.
Oh, right.
Because you see, the month of May, I was kind of on one. It was a rough month for me. I was training real hard for the Chandler Biggins Memorial Tag Team Tournament. Real hard. Like, I was hitting 2 a days, 3 a days, showing up to training like once a week, sometimes twice a week.
Testosterone was running high, huh?
I was running on some high testosterone, and all natural, mind you, but because you can raise your T naturally, guys, just not as much. But either way, I was so excited for J-Lit weekend that about 2 weeks before J-Lit weekend, went out for my buddy Pete's birthday. This is my Pete, not
the Duke Pete.
Not the Duke Pete. Mm-hmm. Korean Okada.
This one doesn't need
Pete
powder,
Norris.
huh?
Pizza Dick. But yes, and we went out for his birthday. He went home before I did, and I was so deep in my training that I was just metabolizing liquor differently or something because I blacked out at the end of the night and decided to fight some guy twice. And it was broken up twice. And then my drunk brain pulled a wild card move and jumped on the hood of his 1979 Monte Carlo and kicked in his windshield with all that testosterone I had. And it was a whole thing. Might have gotten punched by Paul a couple of times. I deserved it. Busted open the back of my head pretty good. Might have some unchecked CTE. Finally, it got all the glue out of the back of my head recently. Shouts to Sabu, closing up a wound with the super glue. But either way, so yeah, while we were finagling this whole thing, I was also I was working on paying for this gentleman's windshield, which was what everyone agreed needed to happen. And I did, and we booked the event and the date. So I guess you're all welcome.
I think you need to bring that kind of rage to Wrestlerager.
Yes.
Because I think Duke Money needs it.
I think we need to sacrifice a car.
Fans might not even need to bring the weapons if Worldwide comes like that.
Does anyone have a car they don't like? Any fans out there?
You don't like your car.
I need my car, though.
We can beat up Duke's car.
Ooh. He did just pick up a new boy, didn't he?
I would imagine.
One of his multi-cars.
Some kind of dad mobile.
Man, what's up with wrestlers attacking cars outside of Now That's Class, huh?
Why, who else?
Your car get attacked by Hot Sauce Entertainment?
This is true. You know, this really...
Stop.
Well, we figured out that it actually might have been a time-traveling Kurt Hawkins. But we don't know this yet. I'll figure out the next time SmackDown's in town.
He's on Raw, brother.
Ah,
Yeah.
I haven't watched WWE since WrestleMania.
You're one of those guys, huh?
It's not good.
All right. So, also within this card, we've got the other tag team in the production will be there. Eddie Only and Danhausen taking on the Young Studs, which was another crowd pleaser last year. Everybody singing that Aerosmith, man.
They were all about that life. I don't know. I feel like Danhausen might go for some cheap pop skis, maybe bring back the Integrity face paint for the Now That's Class crowd. Though, I don't know. That might go sideways on him because a lot of people hate Dwid, but we'll see.
Going way deep down in the local Cleveland hardcore talk here.
And then we've got a scramble, which is a little bit of opportunity for some guys who haven't been on cards lately or newer guys. We talk about like Ryder Reed will be in that match. Brian Carson returning for the first time in a while after some injuries left him out. And but it's also a combination of guys that wanted to be on this show. Right? Wouldn't you say, John?
Gringo Loco.
Gringo Loco will be in that one.
Nate Webb.
Nate Webb. Does Nate Webb fit a Now That's Class?
I think Nate
I would
Webb
say.
is going to do just great at Now That's Class. I'm worried about the time restraints of this show because we have a hard and fast 4 hours. But I think he learned his lesson about doing the entrance twice.
Yeah, please,
So,
please remember that, folks. Doors open at 3. We're going to try to start this right at 4. So make
there's
sure
no
you
try,
get there.
only do.
Yeah, we're starting.
We do have time constraints due to the fact that we need to get this
The
over.
sun will go down,
The sun will go down, so
and we're not bringing lighting.
let's limit Nate's entrances, if you all wouldn't mind. That's our request. AJ Gray also in that one.
Another guy that begged to get on the show.
He was
I'm
on
happy
it.
to have him.
He was on it last year, right? Or did we?
Yeah, he was-
Yeah,
We
you guys
faced
had
him.
AJ. Yep.
Him and Trey Lamar.
Yep. So
Trey Lamar left off this year. I don't think he fits the Now That's Class aesthetic.
no Trey Lamar in Now That's Class. He's not. You don't think he meshes with it?
I don't think he meshes with those people.
He might be a DJ Lag later. We don't know.
Yeah, we might put him on a DJ at the Funhouse.
There you go.
I was going to put Weird Body on the SoundCloud 1s and 2s, but I don't know if the Funkhouse is going to play that.
Yeah. Oh, and we also have TKD and Dom Guarini going to have themselves a little
Battle of the Martial Arts.
martial arts
Yeah,
exhibition.
last year Dom almost had a Brawl for All match. And
Yeah.
This year we're keeping Dom with the strange martial arts endeavors.
Karate.
Which it's interesting. Last year, you did not want excellence personified anywhere near this event.
They were banned.
This year, I think the people you hate the most, this whole big hashtag Duke Money team, you want them in.
Duke Money been dicking us over left and right, up and down, pillar to post, and I'm personally sick and tired of it. I don't know how Philly's feeling about it.
Oh, I'm sick of it. I got cheated with a boot.
I got hit with a guitar. Marino, what did they hit you with?
Everything.
The kitchen sink.
All sorts of dirty tactics, which you don't do to Marino. He keeps it clean.
Now, this is officially a fans bring the weapons match. Can I say that, John?
Don't ask me. Ask these guys.
Oh,
You guys are the fifth man.
all right.
And I guess in the interest of fairness,
Bring anything you got.
Duke Money Inc. can have some of those weapons, but ooh, they're not going to like it.
Bring everything because we're gonna hit Duke Money with it.
I was gonna say, what kind of weapon does a Merino T want to hit somebody with? I mean, you had your match on the 420 show, but I don't know who if somebody could
You're really putting him on the spot
I
to
know.
talk on an
I
audio
know,
podcast.
the soft talker. If somebody can make you one weapon, you get to hit Duke with it.
Francine Real Doll.
Might go with the doll.
You go with the doll.
Maybe a record.
So if someone has about $8,000 to $10,000 to construct a Francine Real Doll,
It turns out we know a guy that
Is in the biz?
that has records. That's in the record business. He can
Oh, yeah.
probably get you a record to hit the Duke with over the head. How about that?
I did get a test press of that Terry Funk one since they were printing them or pressing them over at Cleveland's own Gotta Groove Records. And I'm people that knows people about people. So maybe I'll sacrifice that test press. We'll see.
All right. So the after party ends up at Funhouse.
No live
there.
bands, unfortunately.
No live bands, but
It's gonna be a long after party
2 or 3 extra hours
of after party.
of after partying.
Way more than that because
Well, let's think. We usually get there about, 11:30, 12?
we're getting there
probably
probably
get there
about 8.
Yeah, we're going to be getting there about 8:30. So, yeah, almost 4 extra hours of after partying.
So 6 hours of really after partying.
Are we gonna be alive?
This is, clear your Sundays, folks, because this one is going to be a doozy.
It's just going to be a doozy for sure.
I think that's all we need to say about it. So join us this Saturday, August 25th at Now That's Class on Detroit Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio.
Someone please bring a guitar because Duke smashed my last one, and I was real sad. I brought that out just for fun, and had no intention of that thing.
He's a fun ruiner.
And if you guys find Sally, she's been missing since last year's event, so if you could bring her back, that'd be nice.
We've got the Sally alert out.
Yes, please.
Excellent.
The Amber Alert.
Also, Worldwide can't buy a guitar because he spent too much money on photocopies at Staples to design the shirt.
The event shirt, which you should all buy, sponsored by Lotus Screen Printing.
And a windshield. So, all right, all that.
And then
being
also
said,
my car.
We will.
Karma's the son of a gun.
We'll hopefully see you guys this Saturday, and we're gonna do the damn thing.
There are tickets still available at shop.aiwrestling.com.
Yep.
We did talk to the venue about releasing some more after the projected numbers coming from the Barclay Nation. So we have plenty available at this point.
$20.
$20.
$20. It's all general admission. Keep that in mind. There's
Standing room only.
Standing room only.
If you want to sit, you got to bring your own chair.
Yeah, but don't be surprised if people stand in front of you for this one, because we are packed in there tight.
Yeah, it's gonna be a packer.
Yep.
V-Toy.
If you know how to buy or build bleachers, bring them.
I don't know about that.
Set them up. Set them up. Want to see
Matt
bleachers.
Justice will put himself through those bleachers.
There you go.
I'll make
if you,
that promise.
Also,
Okay.
if you think you're gonna watch the show from that fucking window this year, got another thing coming.
Oh, wait, you got the stage guys on something?
No, buying Super Soakers
Oh.
There you go.
off of
Well,
Amazon.
the official window guy has been in Australia now for 6 months, so
We won't
don't
see
have to
him.
worry about him.
Yeah, fuck them.
All right. No Chinese food, but we will have Angelo's Pizza. Just want to throw that out there. So there will be pizza to eat. We'll have concessions for you in terms
And
of...
PBRs on the cheap.
That's right, buddy.
Pizza to eat and PBR on the cheap.
And maybe some Kellar Ritas.
Or some Mad Dog 2020.
Yeah, that's on the menu, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. That's on the menu.
A doozy.
All right. So for Worldwide, for PME, for John Thorne, my name is Steve Guy. We'll see you this Saturday. And if we don't, we'll talk to you guys next week right here on AIW's The Card is Going to Change.